The Sony A7C started out as a very interesting camera for a lot of people, but now it's just confusing everyone. Let's talk about this camera. Alright, so I recently released a video talking about what was supposedly known as the Sony A5 or the A6, but then the rumors just changed and now it's going to be known as the Sony A7C, which the C supposedly meaning compact. Now, I was very enthusiastic about this camera in my first video because it was rumored to be a sub $1,000 camera. But then in my description, I've already mentioned it in the first video that there was a rumor after my video that it is now a 2,100 euro camera. So that confused everyone because when you look at the specs of this camera, there are a lot of other cameras similarly priced or cheaper that could outperform it. Now let's just run down the specs that we already know. Well, we already know, but again, it's going to be released mid-September. Specs are similar to this Sony A7 III. It has the same fully articulating screen of the A7S III. It also has the autofocus algorithm of the A7S III. It can do 4K up to 30 frames per second. Body shape similar to the A6600. It will have the Z100 batteries. Has a USB Type-C. It has a single SD card slot. It has both a mic in and a headphone jack. It has Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. It will be priced above the A7 III. There will be a new lens line announced for this camera and probably the succeeding generations. And the first lens will be a 28 to 60 millimeter 4.5 to 5.6 lens. All right, let's talk about this. The specs will be similar to the A7 III. What that means, we don't really know. There's a lot of specs in a spec sheet. They just said that it's similar to the A7 III, but already said that the screen will be the same as the A7S III, and the autofocusing system or algorithm will be same as the Sony A7S III, which is a good thing because Sony's autofocus algorithm improved a lot after the A7 III was released. It can shoot 4K up to 30 frames per second, which I think is a disappointment because there are cameras coming out right now at this price range, $2,000, $2,500, that can shoot 4K up to 60 frames per second, like the Canon EOS R6 and the Panasonic S5. Now the body, I don't really mind that if it's the same as the A6600 because for me, that's a positive thing because I'm shooting with an A6400. So I am familiar with the A6000 series type of body. So I think for me, that's a plus. It's compact, it's small, easy to bring on travels, run and gun. So for me, that's good. They say the camera will be marketed for vloggers and YouTubers. That's okay, but the kit lens will be a 28 to 60 millimeter lens. 28 millimeters is not wide enough for vloggers. So this doesn't make sense, or up until now, camera companies don't know what a good focal length is for vloggers because the Sony ZV-1 was supposedly marketed for vloggers, but again, it had a 24 millimeter equivalent. That's without the crop when you use the stabilization, which is also important for vlogging, so you'd want to turn that on. And if you turn on the stabilization on the ZV-1, you are going to be cropped in, and it's like an equivalent of a 28 or even 30 millimeter focal length. So I think they're missing the mark when it comes to focal length and marketing the camera to vloggers. Now for the battery, the FZ100, that's a good thing. This is the battery used in the A6600 and a lot of the A7 series bodies. It has a single SD card slot. For me, I don't mind that, but there are a lot of people online saying if this is a $2,000 camera, it should have at least 2 card slots for redundancy. It has both a mic input and a headphone jack, so you could monitor your sound, and price will be above the A7 III. I'm assuming what they meant here is at the release date of the A7 III, which is, I think, if I remember correctly, $2,000 or $1,999. So this doesn't make sense for me because at first it was marketed as an entry-level full-frame camera, but then it will be more expensive than the A7 III. Unless the strategy of Sony is they would want to increase the price of the successor of the A7 III, which I think a lot of people are waiting for already, the A7 IV, but I don't think we'll hear anything about that soon. So if that's a plan, then I guess it makes sense. They'll start this new entry level at, I don't know, 2,100 and then make that A7 IV higher priced, maybe at the level of the EOS R6. I don't know. And there will be a new lens line for the Sony E-mount according to the rumors, which will be more compact lenses for this compact full frame camera. Now my excitement actually, lowered a bit for this camera. I was excited because at first they were marketing it as a sub $1,000 camera, so I was thinking Sony wanted to put out a camera that can compete with the Canon EOS RP, which I think I am the market, looking for a cheap full frame camera. But then again, there's this rumors that it will be over $2,000. With that, I'm now looking at Canon rumors because they say that there will be a successor to the Canon EOS RP. If they will name it an RP Mark II, we don't know, but they said it will still be a sub $1,000 camera. And with what they're doing with the R6, the R5, we may see some of those features, like hopefully the IBIS in the new RP or the RP successor. The enthusiasm for this Sony A7C is now lower than where it started. I'm just waiting for the actual announcement to see the actual specs and the actual price. I'm still hoping that these rumors are wrong, especially for the price. I'm really hoping this is still a sub $1,000 camera. And that's it for this video. Let me know down in the comments, are you excited for this camera? Are you the target market for this camera? If this comes out, will you consider buying it? And if you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel here on Boss's Life. Hit that subscribe button and the bell notification icon so you get notified when we have new videos posted here on our channel. Also, like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram. We will see you in our next video here on Balls is Life. See ya!